Would you like to have dinner with us? That's the line that changed everything. Crazy, right? The millionaire CEO, me, asking a shivering, dirt-poor 7-year-old girl bundled up outside my favorite Chicago steakhouse if she wanted to join me for dinner. You know what's wild? Even now, I'm not sure who rescued who that night. But let me back up a second. It was one of those bone-chilling December nights in downtown Chicago. Snow coming down like the world was trying to erase itself. Whole city blanketed, every corner just cold and mean, like the universe wanted to see who would crack first. I just stepped out of my Mercedes, feeling that sharp slap of winter on my face, pulling my coat tight. I was 52 years old, head of Mitchell Technologies, worth more than a small country. But right then all I felt was tired, soul tired, you know. When I saw her, she was so small, huddled up in the shadows against the brick wall outside Santos, knees pulled to her chest, brown hair all tangled around her face, lips this scary shade of blue. No sign, no begging, just trying to survive. Something about her made my heart lurch. I told myself I wasn't that guy, not anymore. The guy who stopped, who got involved. But there she was, and I just couldn't walk past. "Hey there, sweetheart," I said, crouching down, breath coming out in clouds, trying to smile without looking like some weirdo. She looked up at me with those old, sad eyes, eyes that had seen way too much already. "I'm okay, mister," she whispered, voice shaking with cold and that loneliness that just seeps into your bones. "What's your name, honey?" I asked. "Emma. Emma Carter." She tried to smile. I'll never forget how her teeth chattered. "Emma, that's a beautiful name." "I'm David." I looked around. No one in sight. Just me and this little girl the world seemed determined to ignore. "Where's your mom?" I asked. "She's working. She told me to wait here till she gets back." Her eyes darted around, like she was waiting for something bad to happen. And I knew right then, her mom might not be coming back anytime soon. Or at all. "You want to come have dinner with me, Emma? It's warm inside, and they make the best hot chocolate in Chicago," I said. She hesitated. "Rightly so. Mom says I shouldn't talk to strangers." "Your mom's a smart woman," I nodded. "But you're going to freeze out here. You can call her from inside, okay?" I helped her up, felt how cold her little hands were through those thin gloves. We went in together, and let me tell you, the warmth of Santos felt like heaven. Antonio, the maitre d', just stared at me, then at Emma, like he couldn't believe his eyes. "Hot chocolate, please, for the young lady." Emma looked around like she'd just landed on another planet. Chandeliers, white tablecloths, the whole deal. "It's okay, Emma. You can relax. Tell me about yourself," I said, trying to sound normal. She told me she was in second grade, loved reading. Charlotte's Web was her favorite, the only book she owned, bought at a garage sale for 50 cents. That detail just about broke me. When the hot chocolate came, I asked about her mom. Turned out she'd lost her diner job months ago, now cleaned offices at night, and sometimes Emma had to wait outside because her mom couldn't afford a sitter. They'd just lost their apartment, bouncing from shelter to shelter, and tonight, even the shelter was full. "What about your dad?" I asked. She shrugged. "Never met him. Mom says he left before I was born." You ever meet a kid who talks about being homeless like it's just another fact of life? That's Emma. Tough, practical, old before her time. My own heart twisted, thinking of Alice, my daughter. She'd have been 22 now, if that drunk driver hadn't taken her from me. Some pain just doesn't go away. "Emma, what if I could help your mom find a job?" I offered. Her eyes flickered with hope, but then dropped. "Mom says we can't take charity." "It wouldn't be charity, just honest work," I said. But before she could answer, she started coughing. Bad, deep coughs that left her gasping, blood flecking the napkin. My heart just about stopped. "Emma, honey, how long's that cough been going on?" "Just a few days. Mom says it's just a cold." She whispered that I knew better. She needed a doctor. Now, where's your mom working tonight? "Hartman Tower, 20th floor." She said that I'd had meetings there. I knew those cleaning crews worked for pennies. The idea of her mom scrubbing floors while Emma nearly froze outside made my blood boil. We went fast. My reputation opened doors. And soon we found Sarah Carter in a corner office, scrubbing baseboards. She was young, pretty, but so tired you could see it in her bones. "Mom," Emma called, and her mom dropped everything. Panic, fear, relief, all fighting for control. "Who are you? What do you want with my daughter?" Sarah snapped. "Ma'am, I found Emma outside Santos. She was freezing. I just wanted to help." "You had no right," she began. But then Emma coughed again, blood now impossible to ignore. "My God, Emma, when did this start?" Sarah's anger turned to terror. "She needs a doctor," I said. "I know that, but I don't have insurance. The free clinic is booked out. I'm doing everything I can." She was fighting so hard, this mom, but she was out of options. That's what poverty really looks like, a mother watching her child suffer, powerless to help. "Please, let me take her to the hospital. The best doctors, no questions asked." Sarah's pride warred with fear. "I can't pay you back. I'm not asking for payment. Just let me help." It took a minute, but she finally nodded, on the condition it was a loan, every penny to be paid back. Whatever she needed, that we got Emma to Children's Memorial. My name carried weight. She was seen right away. Pneumonia, advanced but treatable, the doctor said. If she'd spent another night on the street, she might not have made it. Sarah sat in that waiting room, still smelling of bleach, out of place but unbowed. "Why are you doing this?" she asked. I told her about Alice. About losing a daughter, about wanting to help someone else's when I couldn't help mine. Sarah didn't trust easy, but she listened. And when Emma pulled through the worst of it, her oxygen up, fever down, Sarah finally allowed herself to believe that maybe things could get better. I offered Sarah a job managing our corporate headquarters. Good pay, full benefits, a small apartment in the company building. At first, she thought I was just buying her off, or that it was charity. "No," I told her. "You earned this. You raised Emma. That's all the resume I need." For a while, it was good. Emma recovered. Sarah ran the building like she'd been born to it, and I started to feel like maybe, just maybe, I had a family again. But nothing's ever simple, is it? James Thompson, my assistant, started sniffing around, said the board was worried about me getting emotionally involved. He dug into Sarah's past, found her ex-husband Mark, a deadbeat who came sniffing around the first sign his family was doing okay. Mark showed up drunk, demanding money, threatening to take Emma. I paid him $10,000 to walk away and sign over his rights, because it was the only way to keep Emma safe. But Sarah saw it as another rich man fixing things with cash, and it nearly broke us. "You think you can just buy people?" she said. "That's not why I did it." I tried to explain, but she needed space. That's when everything spiraled. James framed Sarah and me for embezzlement. $2 million missing. All the evidence pointing at us. The police, the feds, the news vans, the humiliation. Sarah and I both arrested, Emma terrified and alone. It looked bad. Codes in my name. Cash to Sarah. Even the money I'd paid to Mark spun as evidence. But you know who saved us? Emma. That little girl slipped away from her social worker, got into the building, and found James in my office transferring the last of the stolen funds. She hit the security alarm. Police came running, and in the chaos, James confessed on a wire, trying to call for help from his criminal partners. The whole scheme unraveled. Detective Robert Nash, my oldest friend, put it all together. James was the real thief, using my trust and Sarah's desperation as cover. The money was recovered, charges dropped, reputations restored. But more than that, truth came out. Emma saved us, the way I thought I'd saved her. 3 months later, Sarah and I got married in Lincoln Park. Just a small wedding. Emma as our flower girl, her drawings of butterflies and rainbows everywhere. Margaret, my mother, stronger than ever, was matron of honor. We weren't just surviving anymore. We were a family. And some mornings, when Emma's reading in the sunlight and Sarah looks at me like she still can't believe any of this is real, I remember that freezing night, and I know, sometimes, the thing you think you're saving ends up saving you right back. So tell me, after everything, do you believe second chances are something you find, or something you have to fight for? Let's hear what you think about justice, pride, and the price of kindness. Who owes who in a story like this? Drop your thoughts below. Because trust me, there's always more to the story than meets the eye.